What's up, YouTube, man? Oh my God, it's been a minute since I gave any video on YouTube, especially a good video. But I'm back, guys. So today I want to give you a story, okay? Um, a story of a very mysterious thief from Meru. His name was Kapepa. In other terms, Karatasi, and he like a normal paper, simply because he was a very slippery guy. He had disturbed people for the longest, for like, let's say, like 5 years, yeah, without anyone getting to know his face, or even get a hold of him. So Kapepa, I don't know, I'll mix some Kimeru and Swahili. So Kapepa was from Meru, a place called Kidaku, Kaderi, sublocation, Abotogochi West. Okay, now Kapepa alikuwa amesumbua watu mbaya, yani, he was stealing cows, all kinds of, domestic animals, breaking houses, it was crazy. So Kapepa alikuwa amesumbua watu, but he had recruited two guys. So he had they were a group of three people. The first guy will name him Chris. The second guy will call him Collins. Okay, not their real names though. So Collins was from a village called USR. Then I don't know about Chris. You know, so Chris was employed by a lady who later became the chief of the location. But now that is years later after these guys were caught. Okay, so Chris was a shamba boy at the homestead, but at night now she used to work with that you know that group. Okay, now Collins, I don't know what he used to do. So awase walikuwa napiga shughuli yao usiku, but vile walikuwa wamesumbua watu for the longest. So the members of the area, especially the old men, decided, you know what, we're going to be meeting and deciding on how we can get a hold of these people, because now, hey man, they're just like a pandemic to us. So they decided hakuna kulala usiku, all we'll be doing ni kulala chini ya majani chai at night. So men were awake with poisoned arrows, machetes, and you know how dangerous Meru men are. So funny enough is that the actual Kapepa used to be part of these old members, and he was the one who used to lead in prayers. Funny. But now when they decide leo tunalala place flani for security purposes and watching over the thieves, the guy now plans a mission on the opposite side, the side that they cannot make, because he has all the intel. And funny enough, he used to join the team, they do their thing, and join the old guys and then proceed with their security thing. Hey man, say these guys, hey man, walisumbua for the longest without being caught, until this fine day, which could be bad for them but good for the rest. It was rainy, wazee wamenyeshewa, and the old guys were almost losing hope. So the pattern they used to take care of the places, hawakuwa wanafuatanisha sana, but on this day wakaamua, you know what, let's do this. So place yenye walienda wakalala, Kapepa and the crew plan their robbery somewhere close to that place. I don't know how wakapiga mission yao, but in the process, the kids are home and the women are home. So they, of course, they inform the men, and the men decide, let's meet these guys. But Kapepa, of course, wakorada, so they ran. And then the place was near a forest, so kuna vile there is a way forest are fenced with the electric wires, the barbed wires. So Kapepa takes a different direction, the other guys take a different direction, then they disperse along the way. So Chris akashuka, akaenda connect hiyo njia ya akatokea kwake. It's at night, unapita na huko chini, cross rivers. There's a river called River Kadita, then River Kadita Monyi, those places. So Chris arrives at home, and you know what? He sleeps, Is it Chris or Collins? I'm confused, sorry. So Collins is the one from USR. Now Collins is the one who makes his way home. Chris decides, you know what, wacha niingia hapa kwa fore, and then I chill for a few hours. Then after this situation is come, then I'll go home because anafangia job in the morning. Yeah, so that's it. Kapepa, of course, the head of the crew, runs with the things that he managed to take from the home, fixes them somewhere, then get home and also sleeps. Yeah, and mambo ikasonga. Now the guys were the men were like, you know what, man, today then now we've lost these guys. You know what, we'll try next time. And they decide, you know what, let us go home. So they go home as a group, but along the way, kila mtu, they disperse everyone. Once you are close to your home, you just go your way, your way, your way. But now there is something that happens with people when they walk in troops, or groups rather. There's a way you people are in stories, you don't feel like, kuachana achana, so you might stop for the longest, just having conversations. And this is exactly what happens with a few people. So they arrive at a place in Meru called Moroga. Yeah, there is a tea plantation stopover where people come to sell their nini. So they meet there. There is some good light, so they decide, let's have a small chat, then disperse. So as they were having a chat, Chris in the forest feels, you know what, man, I've been here for long, so what do I do? Let me go home, man. These guys are already tired, they've gone back to sleep. So Chris decides to go home. Unfortunately, he decides to take the routes that later leads him exactly to the spot where these guys are. So ametokea tu bam. Then the old men are like, yo. Then the guy is sweating, panting, breathing heavily, and he's in black clothes, of course, mask. He has some, machetes and everything. Wako like, yo, we si mmoja wetu, you are not one of us, so who are you? So the guy tries to run away, but these guys are many, so they get a hold of him, and they're like, let's talk to this guy. So they squeeze his balls. So the guy tells them the whole story. You know what, guys? Okay, we are three of us. They made it. They ran away. I don't know where they are. So the guys were like, okay, we have the whole night here, even the whole day. So we want you to explain to us where Collins lives and who is this Kapepa as well. So he explains Collins, oh, blah 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 blah. So the guys inform the others, and the others go and meet Collins. Collins is tired. Running is not easy, so he's just tired and he slept. And they meet him at home, and they hold him, and they drag him all the way to a market where they could all meet. So this other guy is here explaining who Kapepa is, and they're like, what do you mean? This guy is always with us, man. Man is crazy. So they decide, you know what, let me meet this guy because you also know him and where he lives. So another group runs to meet him. Okay. And now this guy Chris was tied on a motorbike and dragged like 5 kilometers, man, to where the meeting point was, man. It's crazy, man. He's struck there, he's bleeding heavily, and Collins is so they are the other group meets at Kapepa's home. But hey, Kapepa had already, I don't know who informed him, so the guy just fled off, and they didn't meet him. So the anger, they go back to this guy and beat him mercilessly. The guys were bleeding heavily. you know it was bad until the police arrived, a few inches, I'd call that, because they were just close to burning them down, and the police were like, no, 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 the law does not accept this. If you guys would manage to kill them earlier, that would be good, but now since we're here, it won't look good for the government. So the police take these guys, but police feel like, where are we going with these guys? Anyway, these guys are just, beaten. I don't think they'll make it, man. So they let the guys be, and the guys, I don't know, somehow the guys make it home. Now, one guy, Chris, right now, he exists, but is I don't know if it's his left hand is completely paralyzed. So the guy works in Meru Town, opposite a new mall, Greenwood Mall. He We have a Ketia supermarket. It was famously known as Tuskys. The guy works there. He polishes shoes. He washes people. He cleans people's shoes, basically. The other guy, Collins, barely a week he didn't make it. Yeah, we lost him. Then for Kapepa, who fled off, man, after a few months, he came back completely a different guy. Of course, he has got some bruises on his face, so you can tell this guy, yeah, but the guy is back. The people know him, but by the time he was coming back, people are like, and then the guy came back. He became a pastor. Right now, he preaches, even owns a Land Rover. Yeah, so he's a village pastor somewhere in Meru. Yeah, so that's the story of the mysterious thief, aka Kapepa. Hey man, watch out for more stories like this. My beautiful name is CEO Duncan Kinoti. Peace out, man.